Ah yes, the bread and butter of this class. Of course, you can't go wrong with any of the selections you got for his primaries. So, we will be taking a look at each of them and what makes them distinct from each other. I'm also going to be sharing a thing or two on how I feel about each one of them. So, we're going to be starting this whole shebang with this rifle with a cartoonishly large scope is the stock weapon for the sniper since the start. It's got a base body shot damage of 50 and 150 on a scoped headshot. If you stay scoped in for 3.3 seconds, both body shot and headshot damage will scale up to 150 and 450 respectively. Of course, the trade-off for scoping in is the movement speed, as it decreases by 73% when standing up and 91% when you're crouched. There's also a neat mechanic when you're scoped in too. There's a lightning bolt beside the charge meter that flashes during the charge time. This lets you know when you get a guaranteed critical hit or headshot damage, even if you're not even fully charged. That icon stays on when the meter is at 100%. Literally everyone and their mom starts off with this rifle. But this is your rifle. There are many like it, but you'll just probably replace it with some other reskin or some strange kill streak variant. The stats are pretty much the baseline for every sniper rifle, and is also the most balanced out of all of them. You can't go wrong with this pipe dream. You can hip fire it and still do decent damage, and deal consistent scope damage all around. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Going forward, I will not be repeating the stock baseline stats for the rest of the sniper rifles, and would rather point the notable differences that make them distinct from the stock weapon. Visually, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a bow and arrow. What more can I say? Stat-wise, it's a different beast altogether. The hit scan bullets are replaced by projectile arrows. You have to hold your primary fire button to draw and charge your arrow, then just release the button to shoot. Secondary fire or right click lets you cancel out of the charge. It takes around 2.3 seconds to charge, and you're way faster with it. Oh, and you can get chummy with your pyro friends too. Of course, there are drawbacks to this weapon as well. Since the arrows are projectiles, they're susceptible to projectile-based counters such as air blast or short circuit blasts. You're also bound to real-life problems of muscle cramps or fatigue. If you have the Huntsman charging for longer than 5 seconds, your arm will go spaghetti on you. And you've got around half of your ammo compared to your sniper rifle. This is basically the only projectile weaponry in this game that will get your enemies to call you either a mathematician, or just plain lucky. You would primarily use this for more aggressive plays and be more into the thick of it. Knowing how far you are from your target and how fast the arrow can get to point A to B will be extremely useful because you will need to lead your shots on moving targets. Unlike rockets, which goes in a straight line, arrow trajectories are downwards, so you need to vertically adjust your aim when you really want to hit someone in the head. Remember back in the day when this was called the Body Shot Supreme? Yeah, back in the day this was a pure support gun that pretty much gimps your ability to one-hit anyone above 150 HP, but it will douse your boys with a yellow liquid for around 2 to 5 seconds, depending on how long you held the charge for. Now it's got a pseudo headshot mechanic. Hit the guy with a full charge headshot, it deals a hefty amount of midi-crit damage on top of your already decent scope damage. Granted, you still won't be able to kill the heavy or any of the overhealed boys with a single hit, but at least you know you gave your team a boost in damage to the soaked boys. You also get the benefit of having more of your Jarate out in the field whenever you get a headshot mini-crit. This rifle puts you in a more supportive role, without forsaking pick class potential. There wouldn't be a lot of changes in playstyle with this, but you'll be helping out your teammates a lot more using the Jarate mechanic. No changes made to its damage output. What is noteworthy about this particular primary, however, is the initial charge time, which is double. The stat can look unappealing at first glance, until you read the rest of the description. 25% scaling charge speed increase per consecutive headshot kills. One word: snowball. It takes around 2 headshots to get this cursed rifle back to default charge time. Get past 5 headshot kills, and you've got a charging time that's a second faster than the Sydney Sleeper. At that point, anyone would really give a shit if they kill someone with a body shot. Consecutive headshot kills after 6 heads though would mean either cheesing or cheating. They do lose the head stacks when they die, so keep that in mind. High risk, high reward. This futuristic piece of hardware has about 15% more damage full charge. Shots leave a tracer effect that gives away your position, and it has laser physics. You can't shoot unless you're scoped in though. Personally, I have a love-hate relationship with this gun. On one hand, I love the fact that it can penetrate through other people for collaterals on full charge, which is oh so satisfying. On the other hand, you can't hip fire and it shoots spark like blanks if you forget. Definitely recommending you bring an SMG when using this. Unless you're like me and you like to deal with spies Crocodile Dundee style. This primary will make you go for turtling and poking strats for picks. With massive damage and collateral potential, best be aware of your surroundings when you're going for the backline positioning. Without the negative 20% body shot damage penalty, this would have been a great aesthetic reskin to the stock sniper rifle. Shots from this thing are way more quiet because of the silencer, and headshots decapitate your targets. But it needs some sort of drawback for the mechanic attached to the sniper rifle. The focus meter, which is basically the Machina with minor benefits. The meter fills up whenever you get kills or assists. I can see why there's not a lot of people that use this on a regular basis, and for good reason. Sure, you can get a 25 faster charge time when the focus meter is used, on top of staying scoped in when bolting the gun. But the caveat that people find unpleasing is the whole staying scoped in quirk and the lackluster body shot damage. You've pretty much set yourself up as a prime target for spies because of your tunnel vision, and your shots give off a tracer effect, telegraphing everybody where your shots are coming from. It would be a bit better if the damage penalty on body shots gets reduced or removed. Other than that, I wouldn't use it other than headshot warm-ups for the bizarre bargain and for the audio aesthetic. I don't know what to feel about this gun. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense. Its mechanic is similar to that of a huntsman, but more hitscan than projectile. Charge it up for a specific amount of time, release the shoot. Also, kills from this thing turns corpses into meat fireworks. Body shots have a 10% less damage in stock, and you can't do headshots without the full charge. What's bad about this gun is the fact that you can't make quick headshots. Period. This is pretty much the Sydney Sleeper pre-2018 without the benefits and less body shot damage. I don't know how you can use this to your advantage other than screwing around and for dumb fun. And that's pretty much it for the sniper's primaries. Next video we'll be covering the secondaries for the sniper, and one would rather be short, so there's an odd chance that the melee for a sniper will be tossed in there too. So, till then, cheerio.